Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you Marvel November for January 2025 Solicitations. Ooh, Ultimate Wolverine Issue 1, the Maker's Ultimate Weapon, and also Deadpool Wolverine Issue 1. So, let's get into this. Ultimate Wolverine is going to be interesting. Sam Wilson soars again. Sam Wilson, Captain America Issue 1. Greg Pak and Evan Narcisse and Edar Messias. Covered by Torian Clark. We'll get into that in a minute. We got Deadpool Wolverine Issue 1. Wade and Logan together again. The most unlikely team up turned most demanded one. Deadpool and Wolverine are back together again and ready to blow your minds in this ongoing series that hits like a never-ending action movie. With the fate of the world in the balance. When a fan-favorite villain is unearthed, you'll get to see a new side of our heroes and their adversary as an ages-long plan comes to fruition. The only thing that stands between the Earth and annihilation is the best there is in the Merc with the Mouth. Brought to you by another legendary pairing, writer Benjamin Percy, Wolverine Helverine, and artist Joshua Cassera, X-Force X-Men. These comic superstars put your favorite superheroes through their paces in a series chock full of surprises, twist reveals, and a villainous plot that'll turn long-term and newly arriving X-readers' heads. This is one for the pull list. 32 pages, $4.99. Ooh, and we also get a look at the art inside too, preview. Interior art, which actually looks pretty awesome right there. Alright, seeing Logan and Deadpool doing his shit. Them just looking fucked up. Deadpool having a parachute like that. Alright, so let's hit this. Ultimate Wolverine Issue 1. Chris Condon and Alessandro Capusico. The Maker's Ultimate Weapon. From rising star Chris Condon, That Texas Blood, and Moon Knight powerhouse artist Alessandro Capusico comes the story of Ultimate Wolverine. In order to maintain control of their corner of the Maker's world, three members of his council, Magic, Colossus, and Omega Red, deploy their most lethal asset, the Winter Soldier. But who is the weapon behind the mask? That's gonna be gnarly and nutty. Really like the costume design and everything, and they are gonna be fucked up for that. Ooh, more look right there. And of course, we had to change the world. Here's with the new champions. Issue 1, Steve Fox, Ivan Forielli. Oh, wait. Ultimate Wolverine is 32 pages and $5.99 for an issue 1. That's just for that one at the moment. The new champions. Who are the new champions? What do 4 kids whose lives were derailed by Hydra, Scarlet Witch's mysterious protege, a cursed roller derby jammer, and a Wakandan runaway have in common? Not much. But when Hellrune's mysterious powers activate to bring them together, they'll have to learn how to work as a team quickly or face the wrath of the cult of Hela. Steve Fox and Ivan Forielli, time slide, team up to introduce the next generation of Marvel heroes. 32 pages, $4.99. That sounds pretty cool. It's really kind of... The Cap one with the wings is kind of interesting. I'm like, what the fuck is going on there? A Moon Knight looking kind of person. Someone who looks Asgardian and thundery. Looks kind of cool. It's like, alright, I like seeing some new kind of heroes, so we'll see what goes on there. But I mean, I also like the old ones too. Sam Wilson, Captain America, issue 1 of 5. Greg Pak and Evan Narcisse, Eder Messias. Sam Wilson soars again. When Captain America attends a birthday party for Isaiah Bradley, catches wind of a new tech venture that sounds too good to be true. Magnificent floating platforms in the sky where the disenfranchised can apply for land grants and establish their own farms. You always have to watch out for that shit. But after Sam discovers the organization's dark underbelly, he'll have to tangle with its head of security, Red Hulk. Greg Pak, Incredible Hulk, Weapon H, Evan Narcisse, Rise of the Black Panther, and Eder Messias, Phases of the Moon Knight, join forces for a high-flying Cap adventure. 32 pages, $4.99. That sounds pretty interesting, and I'm checking that out. That's actually already on my pull list. So, yes, we'll see how Sam deals with that. See, Magic Issue 1, Ashley Allen, Germaine Peralta, and let's see. The Mystic Mutant goes demon hunting in her own new ongoing series. The X-Man Ilyana Rasputina strikes out on her own with new allies and dark powers arrayed against her. Something ancient has awakened beneath the Alaskan ice. Unfortunately for it, that's Magic's territory now. Yep. Written by rising star Ashley Allen, X-Men Blood Hunt, Magic, Marvel Zombies Black, White, and Blood, and illustrated by the incomparable Germain Peralta. Loki, Black Panther. This is a stylish, high-octane demon hunting adventure starring the fiercest X-Men of them all. 32 pages, $4.99. That actually sounds pretty cool. And learning more about magic from X-Men, it's like, that'd be a pretty one to check out. Rogue the Savage Land, issue 1 of 5. Tim Seeley, Zulema Scott Lavina. Journey into the Lost World with Rogue, Magneto, Kazar, and more. The X-Man called Rogue has always been a survivor, but without her mutant powers, she'll need to prove it like never before. As the Savage Land turns toward war, Rogue will need all of her skills to survive dinosaurs, mutates, and the master of magnetism himself. Writer Tim Seeley, local man, and new artist sensation Zulema Scotto Lavina tell a lost story of a lost world. 32 pages, $4.99. That just screams 80s and 90s there to me. Cover style and art style too. That just sounds weird. Got Cable, Love, and Chrome. Fantastic Four issue 28. Ryan North, Steve Cummings. Let's see what goes on here. Prelude to One World Under Doom. It's been months since Dr. Doom became Sorcerer Supreme and disappeared. Reed Richards, the smartest man on the planet, has spent that time trying to find a way to understand magic so he can fight and stop Doom, and he's failed. Damn. Ooh. Black Knight. But when Sue suggests there's another man who holds both a graduate degree in physics and an understanding of magic, Dane Whitman, the Black Knight, Reed and Sue decide to see if he can offer any insights. That's very good. Dane's help sends Reed and Sue's minds back in time to possess the bodies of two people in the past where, without their powers, they search for the one magical item that can cut through Doom's illusions. But the Black Knight has motivations of his own, and the past isn't what it used to be. 32 pages, $3.99. That sounds crazy. I'm glad that they're actually trying to deal with that. What if Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man 2 of 5, Dr. Doom and Rocket issue 1, Dre Michael Straczynski and Will Robson. JMS unites unlikely duos from all across the Marvel Universe. J. Michael Straczynski brings his incredible character work to beloved Marvel characters, great and small, in a series of exciting one-shots. First up, Dr. Doom and Rocket, drawn by the inimitable Will Robson. Dr. Doom does the one thing he never wants to do, ask for a favor. What awaits Rocket in Latveria? Mischief, miscommunication, an emotional journey across space and time in the mighty Marvel way. 40 pages, $4.99. Huh. That actually sounds pretty interesting. Alright, here we go. 8 Deaths of Spider-Man. So this is kind of weird because we've got Amazing Spider-Man issue 65 Point Deaths by Derek Landy and Kevin Walker. The 8 Deaths of Spider-Man continues. While Spider-Man is facing the Scion who wields the power of death, the new embodiment of death, Bill Coulson, gets to know his powers better. Bill has always been there to help heroes in every way he can, but can he help Spider-Man to save our universe? 32 pages, $3.99. That, I had to pull, it's a weird kind of dot one because there's then actually Amazing Spider-Man issue 65. So if you're trying to pull this, make sure you also have this pulled if you are looking into it. I just had to check to make sure on that myself. So Amazing Spider-Man issue 65. Joe Kelly is the writer, Capu as the artist, covered by Mark Bagley. The 8th Deaths of Spider-Man continues. Spider-Man has faced 4 Scions and is running out of extra lives. This issue Scion, Syra, represents the very power of death itself and makes Spider-Man watch everything he loves die. Can Spider-Man possibly withstand this punishment? 32 pages, $4.99. And then 66, yep. By Justina Ireland and Andrea Riccardo, covered by Mark Bagley. The 8th Deaths of Spider-Man continues. Spider-Man has been broken and someone needs to pick up the pieces. Maybe an old flame? Now that the champion has fallen, can the universe withstand what comes next? Are there any who can stand in the way of an inevitable god? 32 pages, $4.99. So we get Spidey and Black Cat. I'll come back up. We kind of saw that with Joe Kelly in the Amazing Spider-Man run that just concluded. So we'll see what goes on more with this. Cover's really awesome. Daredevil Unleash Hell, Red Band 1 of 5. Glad they're doing more stuff with the Red Band. I mean, it's a really nice cover, even though I'm more partial to Peter and MJ. So let's crack on. Ultimate Black Panther issue 12. Brian Hill, Stefano Casilli. Moon Knight vs. Black Panther. Moon Knight challenges Black Panther to a one-on-one duel to end the war. But with his army of zealots behind him, would Moon Knight's followers even accept defeat? That's the thing to ask. And the Makers Council can't be stopped so easily. The epic climax of the first year of Ultimate Black Panther. 32 pages. Ultimate Spider-Man issue 13. Jonathan Hickman, Marco Cicchetto. Cicchetto. There. Craven's most dangerous game. The Sinister Six are all hunting Spider-Man and the Green Goblin for their ringleader, Kingpin. And this time, Craven has the upper hand, and Jonathan Hickman and Marco Cicchetto's love letter to Craven's last hunt. 32 pages, $4.99. Ooh, interesting there. Shifty. The Ultimate X-Men, issue 11. Peach Momoko. Who are the X-Men? Rise of the Masked Mutants. Maelstrom takes the reins. No more hiding their powers, even if it means hiding their faces. Disenfranchised and despairing after the raid on the Children of the Atom, the man-made mutants seek out leadership. Maelstrom is ready to rise to the occasion. 32 pages, $4.99. Maelstrom. Ultimates, issue 8. Denise Camp, Juan Figuarelli, the Ultimate Guardians of the Galaxy. Oh, that's kind of cool. America Chavez takes center stage in this issue as a group of galactic travelers from a far-flung, maker-free future arrive in search of her. 32 pages, $4.99. Ooh, that's an interesting kind of take there. Sabretooth, The Dead Don't Talk. Laura Kinney, Wolverine, issue 2. Looks like she's fighting Daredevil there. Spider-Man Homeroom Heroes, issue 3. Looks interesting. All New Venom, issue 2. Al Ewing, Carlos Gomez. AIM and Fire. AIM are on the hunt for the all-new Venom, and they're not alone. Who are the Symbiote Squad? Meanwhile, Dylan Brock's search for the new Venom host puts him on a collision course with the deadly Madame Mask, and the mystery deepens as one suspect is eliminated with extreme prejudice. 32 pages, $4.99. That's actually a really awesome cover, and is really cool with the distinguishing between the yellow AIM and the gold on the Venom suit. TVA 2 of 5. Infinity Watch 2 of 5. Derek Landy, Rurari Coleman. The Infinity Watch is made up of the most powerful beings in the universe, which should at least make them feel comfortable. But after the mysterious antagonist who showed up last issue ran the table on them devastatingly, everything that exists is in deep trouble. Has this antagonist mastered Phil Coulson, aka Death himself? 32 pages, $4.99. That doesn't look good there for the Infinity Watch. We've got Hellhunters and Helverine. That looks gnarly there. And that Helverine was like, whoa. Is that Dagon? What the fuck? It's a crazy-ass cover there. Hold on a minute. Helverine, Hell on Earth 2. Akihiro must revisit the birthplace of Helverine, and the North Pole has never been hotter than this. When the demon Bagra Ghoul resurrects Akihiro and they become Wolverine, it is only part of a larger hellbound story. What danger lurks as the former gravesite of Akihiro, and is there anything Helverine can do to stop it? The Helverine mythos expands in this key issue. Interesting there. West Coast Avengers, issue 3. As a second Ultron appears and declares himself leader of a terrifying new religion, that's always scary. Iron Man and War Machine reveal at last how their Ultron became a hero. 32 pages, $3.99. That's crazy there. And then we get What If Galactus transformed the Hulk, Rogue, Gambit, Spider-Gwen, and Moon Knight. And then we get Storm Life Dream and Storm issue 4. Dealing with fucking Doom there on one Storm 1. Uncanny X-Men issue 8. Raid on Grey Malkin part 4. The epic Raid on Grey Malkin story ends here, with Rogue and Cyclops on opposite ends of the mutant struggle, perhaps forever. Are they honoring Xavier's legacy or destroying it? Depends upon which Xavier legacy you're talking about. Do they choose loyalty or the law? An all-out action issue that will affect both teams and the entire mutant community with devastating results. 32 pages, $4.99. And then X-Men issue 10. Raid on Grey Malkin Aftermath. In the wake of the raid on Grey Malkin, the X-Men are fugitives, and one knows exactly where to find them. Heavily armed strike squads are en route to the factory to serve warrants and lock up the X-Men, and it won't be long until the X-Men find themselves right back in Grey Malkin, unless 32 pages, $4.99. I love that cover there, Cyclops. Though I could understand people being annoyed that you'd pretty much have to do all of these issues to kind of get what's kind of going on. I don't mind crossovers to a certain extent, but if I want to read X-Men, or can only get X-Men, or only get Uncanny X-Men, please, always watch out with that stuff. I don't like it when that happens like that. I I like artists collaborating and everything, but if you're gonna do something of like a kind of work together, I know it sounds weird, but sometimes you should just do like a little event thing that you know and kind of like set aside. Otherwise you just have to read the X-Men comics, and then like you just pick the X-Men comics. So it's how it's done and its execution is what's like, and that's not me not wanting to read like the Uncannies or whatnot, because it sounds pretty fucking awesome what they're doing there. It's just you're kind of expanding a lot of X-Men stuff, but then you're pretty much at the risk of just keeping people in their X-Men silos. And it's nice to be able to be like, okay, I can check out this X-Men if I want because I like this team roster. I can check out this X-Men one because I like the writer and the artists and the roster. It's always got to be careful. Uncanny X-Men issue 9, Hunted by the Pack, part 1. The Outliers, still finding their place in the mutant world, are hunted by a lethal new set of foes, a bloodthirsty, relentless, and unstoppable pack of stealth sentinels. Cut off from their mentors and allies, with no knowledge of who built or aimed these deadly drones, 4 untrained mutants are on the run and completely unprepared for the violent hunters making them their prey. 32 pages, $4.99. That looks crazy. So is that Wolverine one. Call of the Adamantine. Wolverine issue 5. Weapon X changed Wolverine's life forever when they bonded his claws and skull to the unbreakable metal adamantium. This is worse. Or what is the adamantine? It's like, okay, yeah, that's a good question there. Mystique issue 4 or 5, Sentinels issue 4 or 5, Psylocke issue 3, which, by the way, looks like she's staying linked up with that one dude that we saw in the X-Men comic. Yeah, John Greycrow. NYX issue 7, Phoenix issue 7, Exceptional X-Men issue 5, X-Factor 6, X-Force 7, X-Men Xavier's Secret issue 1. In the wake of the fall of Krakoa, the X-Men are forever changed. As Jean Grey prepares to take her place among the stars, she and Cyclops share a last night together, only to discover a hidden mystery that threatens to pull them apart. Meanwhile, what was supposed to be a mundane article about Charles Xavier's monstrous acts during the war turns into something far stranger for journalist Sally Foy. Can the X-Men can the X-Men survive the shadows lurking in their past, or will their new era begin in tragedy? Collecting X-Men from the Ashes, Infinity Comics issue 1 of 6 for the first time in print. Interesting there. Cool to let you know that. And then some facsimile editions. Uncanny X-Men Fantastic Four. Iron Man issue 4. The Crimson Avengers under attack. Desperate to regain the use of his vast array of armors, Iron Man enlists a fellow Avenger for a magical investigation. But what the Scarlet Witch discovers will plant a bomb in Tony's life. The question is when, not if, it will go off, and who will get caught in the blast. Stark Family Legacy and guest stars galore make this an issue you can't ignore. 32 pages, $3.99. That sounds interesting, especially since Magic has made such a big kind of come up into what's going on with Iron Man at this point with his armors. It's cool to have the Scarlet Witch kind of like brought in onto that. It would probably make more sense for him to have talked to Strange, but Strange is not the Sorcerer Supreme at this moment, and I don't know what's kind of going on with him. He's still a magic user, but linking up with Scarlet Witch, you don't really see that happen that often, so I'm glad to kind of see that. Hopefully we'll get some interesting things out of that one. Werewolf by Night Red Band issue 6, Blade Red Band 4 or 5, Deadpool issue 10. He's back! The return of Wade Wilson. Deadpool's in the house, and so is the new Deadpool. But Wade's resurrection has come with a cost, and if Wade and Ellie can't cope, this may just spell the dissolution of Deadpool and Daughters. New jumping on point as an all-new chapter begins here. 32 pages, $3.99. Ooh. Miles Morales, Spider-Man issue 28 and 29. Those look kind of crazy, and his Spidey outfit's pretty damn cool. The fuck's going on? Alright, hold on here. Who will be left standing? Black Panther or Spider-Man? Deep in the wilds of Wakanda, a ritual to save Miles Morales' life begins, and the Panther god Bast can no longer help him. 2 more deities invite Miles' desperate trial, hungering for Spider-Man's corrupted soul. Only one of their chosen champions will be saved. Can Spider-Man hope to defeat Black Panther at the height of his powers in the heart of his home? That sounds fucking insane. Jeez. Sorry, Miles, you are getting shit on. Spider-Gwen, Ghost Spider, Spider-Boy, The Spectacular Spider-Men, Kid Venom, Scarlet Witch, issue 8. Avengers Assemble, issue 5 of 5. Cap Snake versus the Avengers. The Surfer Society has harnessed Mephisto's power to create a serum capable of raining destruction on civilization. Their first victim is Captain America. Is Cap Snake what the team of villains finally needs to defeat the Avengers and reign supreme? 32 pages, $3.99. Okay. Cap Wolf worked once. We'll see if Cap Snake does. The Avengers, issue 22. Black Cat joins the Avengers for a cosmic caper. The Avengers attend an intergalactic auction and attempt to get ahead of some of these tribulation events. But they are in for a shock when Black Cat shows up on someone's arm. The most shocking date of 2025, and the year has only begun. 32 pages, $3.99. That sounds crazy to have Black Cat pop up like that. We'll see how that works out there. Iron Man's still using the Mysterium armor in the Avengers cover, at least. Punisher, Daredevil issue 17, looking gnarly. The Immortal Thor, issue 19. This is not the story of the Immortal Thor. Interesting. The All-Father had a journey to take to a far star, and so, for a time, the Golden Realm was left to rule itself. Yet even in the absence of the king, the story continued, and each Asgardian had their own drama to play out. These are the Tales of Asgard. Ooh, a cavalcade of artists, including Jan Bazaldua, Valeria Rashidi, Juan Cabal, Martin Coclio, Cafu, Steve Scross, Gavin Guerdy, and many more. 32 pages, $4.99. That sounds crazy. Alright. I'm sorry for mispronouncing names. Incredible Hulk, issue 21. Monsters Face Off versus Werewolf by Night. Incredible Hulk and Werewolf by Night face off against the immortal wolf demon Barkolok. God damn, that sounds cool. As Hulk's destruction of the Skinwalker cult attracts the attention of the oldest, most horrifying forces on Earth. Meanwhile, Charlie revels in her new strength, and her childhood fantasy of becoming a superhero seems within reach after all, but as she continues to change in terrifying ways, she's not sure if she's still one of the good guys. 32 pages, $3.99. And Spirit of Vengeance, issue 5. And then we start getting into Alien and Star Wars. And this is the end of most of the other kind of stuff. We are getting like collections of omnibuses and all that. But the crazy thing is we do not have a Captain America one by J. Michael Straczynski. So I don't know if that means we aren't getting one in January, if it's on hiatus, if it is canceled, or if we're doing another relaunch. I mean, we are getting a Cap issue. It's just Sam Wilson Captain America, so I'm glad we're at least getting that. I don't know if this is pretty much taking over to get Bum Rushed out before his movie pops off, but it makes me worried about Captain America. Hopefully, if anything, it's just on hiatus before they do a new creative team, or it's just on hiatus until J. Michael Straczynski does some other stuff, because he's taking that kind of like setting up different kind of like pairings for two characters working together that don't normally, like Rocket and Doom. I don't know, since he was mainly on that, and thing is, I don't know what the sales are. I've been a little bit I've had enjoyment out of this run of Cap, but the art's been kind of not my cup of tea, and the story, I can understand not grabbing people, and how its execution's been just kind of not completely all over the place, but probably not to where I would like it to be. But I still was interested to see what was going on with the Cabaret and Lyra and Death and all that, but I don't know what's kind of going on. It seems that we're the last bit that kind of ends is like the Warriors 3 thing of the Cap, Thor, Spidey team up. I hope we get some more information on that and see where Cap's going, because I do think we'd either... there's a lot of stuff that people can do for Steve as Captain America and Sam as Captain America. I mean, we had two going on at once, and I was enjoying both of them. So we'll have to see what's going on with that. It just makes me afraid. But I am looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to seeing what will be popping off with like Ultimate Wolverine and the Champions. Fantastic Four, I want to see what's going on with Doom and how Reed tries to figure out magic and kind of deal with that, so that's kind of cool. Thor looking into other different kind of stories in Asgard's awesome. Spidey's 8 Deaths of Spider-Man is going to be the big kind of thing. we'll see how that kind of works out there, what we kind of learn about the West Coast Avengers and the new Venom. And then the X-Men dealing with like the aftermath of the raid and everything, which I hope doesn't go completely and utterly nuts, because I really... We'll see what goes on with that. I've already talked about that, and I can talk about it some more if we talk about it in the comments or whatnot. So, I really like this. I'm really excited to see what's going on. There's a lot of kind of cool stuff in there, but the only worry for me is like, what's going on with Cap, man? Cap's my main one. And Iron Man definitely sounds kind of cool. I'm glad that he's hooking up with Scarlet Witch to learn some more stuff. And it'll be interesting to see how her dynamic is handled in Iron Man like this. You normally don't really see her and Tony interact that much. Except when we've seen that they've been on the same team of Avengers. But seeing them do it in the comics, that's going to be really kind of cool. So there's a lot of stuff there. So tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Do you like these? Do you not like these? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Also, like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.